strong potion of charm and swiftness. It's a potion of... What, you don't want that? You don't want to be fast in bed? Fine. Go find something else. I feel like this is the one that makes the most sense, because we've got charm and fire, and between those two it could be like charm and fire is libido. It's like burning passion, you know? Could be that. Could be that. Potion of sadness.
Ooh, 11.
There we go. Get that.
Huge.
That's cool. And then we can do... Where's that weird mushroom? The straight shot. I love this one, actually. I feel like that might kill us, right? Potion of spooky bone zone. Okay, there we go. There we go. Hold up. Hold up. Steady. Steady.
Oh, that's not very fair, having it spawn up there. I pressed... Yeah, take that.
God, I'm a genius. Libido! I got it. I was right. I was right. I need to save that recipe, actually. Let me think. We can get rid of our old potion of furry, because it's not as good. Delete that one out. Yes. And then we can save this recipe, because that was a good recipe. Finish that potion. Hi. You want a potion that increases libido? Potion of libido. Wow, that's a lot of money, actually. You have a potion that, well, enhances desire. Isn't that the same potion? Potion of doing it. You know. There we go. Done. Potion of doing it. Alchemist, do you happen to have something that can help me relax?
Following me! What?
So give you a potion to go to bed. Go to
He actually was so
How does that
me.
not help you relax?
Really typing it.
You think
It
sleep
wasn't
isn't
moving when I was in
relaxing.
there.
Potion to go to
When
bed
I was
isn't
there, he
relaxing.
fall right in!
Do you mean the kind of... Are you... Is this innuendo?
Why do you program them like
You
this,
hitting on
man?
me? It's a love potion. There we go.
Why do they do that? It's so toxic.
Actually, we can rotate this? Holy shit, that's amazing. Why is this game so good? God damn. I can make it into a perfume? That's wild, dude. There's so many choices on this. There we go. Ode to doing it. Now it's a fragrance, right? Marketing. It worked. All right. Is it EAU? Fine. Whatever. He didn't know. He doesn't know French. I don't either. There we go. That was good. No one knows. He doesn't know. He doesn't know. He just wants it. We're gonna talk about emotions. Man, you ever feel sad in your life? We're talking about it, and that means you can pay me more money. I need to up the look of that. It's a cool looking one. We need more, right?
Oh wow.
But we want it to be thicker.
A lot worse.
Thick.
Okay.
No, none of this works. That's like a cream. Cream of... Oh, wait.
Yeah, he didn't!
Cream of thickness.
Okay.
There we go. Cream of thickness. You thickening agent. There you go. I need a potion that will help me quickly start a fire in the fireplace. Let's rename this one. What are we going to call this one? I don't want that. That's good. But, like, that's kind of a, you know, danger label. That's cool. That seems like it was made for that, right? Potion of spicy meatball. There we go. Potion of spicy meatball. I don't even need to give it a label. No explanation needed. Alright, potion of flashbang. Like that. What are we gonna do for this? Bam. A star. You opened Wikipedia on stream. You opened Wikipedia with light mode on.
Dude, I literally hit him. He didn't
Have you
go
not seen
anywhere.
that
He punches
before?
me, I fly
You thought
off
I was
the pipe.
joking?
What even happened there?
I wasn't joking. There's the page for flashbang right there. Enjoy that. Love this game? I do too. I thought I would need it. Alright, potion of flashbang. Like that. What are we gonna do for this? Bam. A star. You opened Wikipedia on stream. You opened Wikipedia with light mode on. What, have you not seen that before? You thought I was joking? I wasn't joking. There's the page for flashbang right there. Enjoy that. Wasn't joking. There's the page for flashbang right there. Enjoy that. Love this game? I do too. It's actually fantastic. I want to enchant some armor that makes the wearer stronger. I need a potion that'll help me with that. Thornstick is my favorite ingredient. I'll pay extra for a potion that is at least half Thornstick. How would he even know, dude? It's a weird one, right? Goodberry's probably the right choice here. And then throw that in. Kobe, dude. There you go. Again. I love when it hits the ground, it's just lumpy, you know? There you go. And then to the left, we need to do something kind of stupid with this. We're going backwards with it. And we have to kind of waste a thorn stick. And do another one in there. Because we've done 3 ingredients now. So we have to do 3 thorn sticks. Oh wait. Yeah, there we go. And now we just go. So we have to bring it to about like there. And then water that. There we go. Weird one. I don't really want to repeat that one. But he wanted it, so... I like that it gives you those quests. The idea of giving you a quest with, like, specific ingredients is very fun. Oh, see? Basic alchemy machine upgrade. Oh, he's got lots of pages today. And they're all cheap. Look at that. Look at that. Let's haggle them, dude. This is why we saved money. Ooh. That's a good one. Oh, we love that. I robbed the shit out of him, dude. Okay, so now we have the second thing. We can make the albedo. And we need a couple of things to go into this. We need potion of Bing Chilling. Give me my Bing Chilling. We need our potion of Furry. We already have an old potion of Furry, so we can do that. Potion of Furry. Do our potion of Bing Chilling. That's good. We need potion of Magic. Where's our potion of Wizard Tears? There we go. Wizard Tears. That's good. Wizard Tears in here. Now we need a potion of Speedy Feats. Potion of Feet. You don't want to know. Potion of Feet, dude. I like that. That's cool. Can we rotate that? Oh, that's neat. I like that. Let's give it a different bottle. Scrungle bottle. Look at that scrungly bottle. That's pretty good. It looks like a stamina potion from Diablo. Is that invisibility? What is that? We don't know how to do that. What the hell is that? It's got to be on the magic side. Magic and vision is what I would guess. So the crossroads between magic and vision is going to be potion of invisibility, which will likely be up here. So what we can do is we can start off at magic. Continue brewing from here, but that would brew the recipe, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that? And we don't want that in there. The other thing we have is magical vision. Which there's light over here, and I think magical vision. Let's see. So we've got magical vision and magic. Could be invisibility. Or we have light, because bending light makes you invisible. It's 2 choices. I'm gonna go this way. This makes the most logical sense to me. Got very few witch mushrooms.
Oh, and there's 2 of them again.
Shit. What do we have to go to the left? Okay, we got a lot of stuff to go to the left. You know what? Light seems like it might be the right choice just because we have more materials going in that direction. That might be fine. And we need to explore this. You know what? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go up to that. I'm going to use that bad boy. The decisions, my dude. Oh, listen to this. It's just like really soft. Like throwing a chia pet, you know? Oh! Wait, I can just put this in other rooms? That's so needlessly red. Can you grow stuff? I don't know. Figure it out. Figure it out, nature. I'm throwing them around everywhere to get the spores on it. Come on. Alright, now's the moment of truth, right? Where we need to find out if this is what we want to do. Like, this direction is the correct direction. We don't know yet. Okay, we can go upwards. Upwards is fine, right? There might be something up here. There might be something over there. I'm gonna go top left. Because I know we have stuff for that. Yeah, the depth of this game behind simple mechanics is enormous, dude. Like, it's actually incredibly impressive. Oh, we have something. We have a thing. What is that thing going to be? I think... What do you think of $100 plus games? So, there's a couple of things that are really interesting about this. Back in the day, a Super Nintendo game was $69.95. That's how much Secret of Mana cost when it first came out. Let's go pull this up. Inflation calculator. And what year did Secret of Mana launch? August 6, 1993. And we're going to go from August 1993, and we'll go to April of 2024. And we're going to say $69.95. If you were to buy that Super Nintendo game today, in today's currency, it'd be $151.47. That would be the cost. Dramatically higher, right? But the reason they were so expensive back then is because of physical distribution.
Great, okay.
That's the reason. We don't have that anymore. You don't have to make a cartridge. You don't have to put it on a store shelf. You don't have to physically ship it. You don't have to do any of that. We have digital distribution. It costs nothing. I have sold tens of thousands of copies of Heartbound, and it has cost us nothing. So when we're looking at this versus that, it doesn't make sense. We can't even make a comparison there. Steam still takes 30%? No, they don't. When I make a Steam key, and that key is for a $10 game, and then I sell that on Humble Bundle, what is the percentage that Steam takes from me? 0%. Steam only takes 30% of the sales you have on the Steam platform. Only on the Steam platform. Further than that, if you have trading cards for your game, which you always do, you make those yourself, very easy. Whenever one of those sells between one player and another, there's a community market fee. Steam gives the developer the community market fee. That ain't 30%. That's a lot less than 30%. Depending on how you strategize your sales, it's dramatically less than 30%. And Steam does not charge you for the distribution of your patches or the game itself. Outside of that 30% cut. Isn't that literally pennies, though? No. No. Very funny. So the way that I look at this right now is this doesn't make sense. We live in a time of digital distribution, and the way that I see sales of games is like this. If it's $1, people see it as shovelware. If it's $3, they see it as an arcade game. $5 is a premium arcade game. $10 is an indie game. $20 is a premium indie game. Anything anywhere from 10 to 20 is a premium indie game. $40 is a day game. $60 is AAA. And anything 70 or above is a scam. That's the general way that people feel about games that I've seen so far. Like, this is the limit. Anything above that, and people hate you. Whether they feel it's worth it or not. The problem is this. The ones saying this, unfortunately, don't matter. As awful as that is. Because there's multitudes of people that are just buying the games anyway. An insane number of people that don't take any part in online discourse, don't take any part in talking about $70 game, don't take any part in any of this, and just buy the $100+ copies. Every time. You will find very quickly that the double down versions of games, instead of the $70 version, the $110 version, you'll find that these ones, every time, don't take any part in any of this, and just buy the $100+ copies. Every time. You will find that buying the games anyway. An insane number of people that don't take any part in online discourse, don't take any part in talking about $70 game, don't take any part in any of this, and just buy the $100+ copies. Every time. You will find very quickly that the double down versions of games, instead of the $70 version, the $110 version, you'll find that these ones sell more than these ones. Almost every time. And if it is a $70 game, it'll likely have MTX in it that will end up making it sell more than this every time. The reason that the business model works this way is because people spend money on it. This is normal business for the games industry, and I reject the shit out of it. Why do you think our game is $10 and it won't have a sequel, and it won't have a prequel, and it won't have chapters, and it won't have DLC, and it won't have microtransactions? That's why it's $10, because I hate this business model. I hate it. I think it's and I don't want to perpetuate it, even if it would make me more money, because it's not good for the industry. So I can't convince people to stop buying games like this. I can just stop selling games in that way and succeed in spite of that. So are sequels bad? No, but if you're making episodic content, it's not good for the game a lot of the times. I'll give you an example. Let's say that your base game is $10 and you release a DLC for $5, and then you release a DLC for $5, and you release a DLC for $5. As a player, you bought it for $10, and a new DLC comes out 3 months later. It's only $5, so you buy it, and then another one 3 months later. Well, it's only $5, so you bought it. And then another one 3 months later. It's only $5, so you buy it, right? You just keep doing this. Now, let's say that you tell your friend, hey, man, this game is really good. And your friend's like, oh, how much was it? And you're like, oh, it's $10. And your friend goes to look at it, and he goes, that's not $10. Now you get a $25 game. So new players are de-incentivized from jumping in. But old players feel like they got good value, and they didn't pay that much. Except they're both paying the same amount. It's a marketing strategy that preys on your inability to do math. Or inability to assign value over time. That's the issue. So, like, not a fan of it. Really not a fan of it. If I'm going to release new content for Heartbound, I'm just going to patch it into the game. Like I always have. No reason not to. What are your thoughts on expansions then for games?
I
only like
stood up
expansions
in a
for live
cannonball
service games a
zombie.
lot of the times. Like, I really only like expansions for live service games.
That's
I don't
lucky.
like expansions a lot of the time outside of that. I think they're kind of gross. Like, if you're doing a single player game, the only time I'd say an expansion makes sense is like if you're adding another campaign to it. Live service game does make sense for expansions because that ends up being kind of a good deal. But yeah, it's pretty rare that single player games get expansions that make sense. It's pretty rare. What about the infamous Oblivion Horse Armor DLC? I think it's ass. Like, obviously. Not a fan of that. Risk of Rain? Risk of Rain wasn't an expansion. That was a totally new game. We went Risk of Rain to Risk of Rain 2. It's a completely different video game. That's fine. What about Vampire Survivors? I actually don't like Vampire Survivors. I didn't like the fact that they went from a $3 game and then sold millions of copies and then made it $5. Like, why? Why did they do that? There's no reason for that shit. Makes no sense. Bro gets mad from $2 game to $5 game? Yeah. Do you know why? Because there's no reason for that. If you have a $3 game and it sells
Did he just
millions
blow
of
himself up
copies,
his own bomb?
and then you change that price to $5, you have a small team that has more money than they'll ever need, and you've changed the price to $5 after it becomes popular. If I took my game that was $10 and I made it $12 after it became popular, would you feel good about that? You'd hate it. Just like I do. It's like, because there's no reason for it. The only time that we ever have to change prices is when there's dramatic shifts in the valuation of individual currencies. Currency exchange rates is the only time we have to raise prices, because sometimes currency exchange rates go crazy, which is exactly what happened with Argentina, right? Like, that sucks. There's nothing we can do about it at that point. Where, like, suddenly, like, a currency just inflates to and is not worth anything anymore. Like, we have to take action. There's nothing we can do about it. That's the only time that I think that's appropriate. That's the only time, and it's a global finance issue. Yeah, global finances go wacky. Bingo. Price your game in line with the gold standard? No, that's not really how that works. The way that you have to price your game, no matter what, man, is based on people's expendable income. You're making an entertainment piece. That's what that is. It's an entertainment piece. People don't need to buy your game. They don't have to. So you have to price it based on people's expendable income inside of that area. Disposable income is what you're targeting. What about board member bonuses? Gross. Yeah, it's gross. No, you don't have to buy it. I price ours based on a Big Mac. It's about a Big Mac and a half. Yeah. You want people to buy... What is this? You want people to buy your product? Make it affordable. Bingo. Yes. Make it affordable for each region, too. Always make it affordable for each region. You have to think about what the economics are of each region that you're selling the game in. And you have to think about specifically how much disposable income people in that region have. Yeah, regional pricing. Always regional pricing. Always. And then you price it appropriately based on that. It's very easy. It just takes a little bit of effort, right? Are you in favor of microtransactions in the game if the game is free? I'm in favor of microtransactions if they are cosmetic in nature and nothing else. There's no reason for it. There's no reason for anything else. Cosmetics only. How do you make the art for your game? Shay makes all the art and animation for Heartbound. I do the technical art, which is particle effects, shadows, lighting, stuff like that. Sony priced Helldivers to 0 in some reason? No, they didn't price Helldivers to 0 in some regions. They made it unpurchasable in some regions. Those are two very different things. Yeah. No, 0 would be free. Lol, same thing? No, 0 would be free. They turned it... What they did was they took a selling video game and instead applied a 5-finger discount to everybody who wanted to go the extra mile. It's probably the greatest advertisement to piracy I've ever seen in my life. Insane to watch. Star Citizen is honestly solid for the base price. It's fun as and there's enough content there to be worth $40 to spend on it. If you have an idea for an MMO, right? An MMO generally is engaged persistence between players, and that persistent world has some kind of competition in some way, or some sort of sharing between those players that is persistent. This is not a persistent world yet. It is a number of technical demos that don't have persistence, commonly have wipes, and as such, isn't really a game yet. It is technical testing of what could one day become a game. So I can't agree with you there. I can't. Maybe one day it could become a really cool game, but the direction of their monetization leads me to believe that that day will never come. Yeah, it's just testing. It doesn't even matter how long it's been tested. Like, you have to understand something. It doesn't matter how long a game is in
I didn't get
development.
that kill because the dragon was standing there and I bumped it
It
into
does
him.
not matter how long a game is in development. What matters is the direction of development, the communication of the studio. The communication of the studio is fine. They do a good job of communicating the things they're working on. They have a massive roadmap. The direction of the studio, I can't agree with. The direction of the studio is heavily geared towards squeezing as much money out of the community as possible. I can't agree with that. I think it's gross. And many of the ways that they're squeezing money out of the community could cause damage down the line to their game, such as selling insurance for ships that is lifetime. Something that we know inside of the gaming industry that we've known for a long time is the moment that a company sells a lifetime subscription to anything, that game is going to die. We've seen it timeless times, over and over again. Go back and even look at something like Hellgate London. Hellgate London was doing just fine, and then suddenly they released a lifetime subscription to the game. The moment you release a lifetime subscription to the game, it's about to go downhill. Happens every single time. I have never seen that work out because it's we don't have enough money. This isn't sustainable. Inject a bunch of money into the system. Maybe we can make it work. And if it doesn't work, the game's going to die. That's why we do that. That is the reason that happens in the industry. So when you have a lifetime subscription to a ship before launch is even out, that is a massive red flag to me, dude. That is a massive, massive red flag to me. That is dangerous because the cost of running that the whole time, you're not recouping on any of it. So what the hell's going on there? On top of that,
Wow.
having $687 million when you're still in beta? That's disturbing to me. That's a lot of goddamn money. Didn't know that's a swan song? It is generally a swan song. It is very rare that a lifetime subscription is not a swan song for a studio. Very rare. In this case, it is a red flag. Not necessarily a swan song, but a red flag. And that's bothersome. Those people could have shares in the company. They could. The other thing that I think is a little bit weird is kind of the community interaction around the game, which is there's a number of people that talk about their purchases in Star Citizen as investments. That is not an investment. An investment denotes some potential for return. That is a purchase of an item in a video game. That's a weird thing, and I don't understand culturally why that's being used. That's odd. It is not an investment. Should not call it that. I don't know why there's a number of people that have used this term, but it's very strange. Yeah, investment implies the potential for a return. Yeah, no, not an investment. And there are purchases in there that aren't ridiculous. There are. For like the initial ships or whatever the hell. But like seeing
are they doing?
microtransactions go as high as $48,000, dude. No. There's no way that I could ever say that that's okay. Ever at all. That's not going to happen. So like the reason why I don't like it is this. I come from a time where you buy the video game and then through effort you earn the ability to progress. Star Citizen, you buy the video game and then you can also buy that effort. You just buy the big boy ships. Wrong? I can go on there right now and buy those ships. I can buy every one of them. I don't have to build them. I don't have to spend time making them. I can just go buy them. You don't buy the game. You buy a ship in the video game. Are we playing semantics, boy, now? Is that what we're doing? Are we saying the game free, but you need to buy a ship to play the game? Is that what we're doing right now? Okay, here, let me make this more clear. In order to play the game, you need to buy a microtransaction in a demo in which there are frequent wipes. What good value? EVE Online ruined itself when it started making skill injectors sellable. Yeah, that was the immediate death of that game to me. You have to buy a package. You have to buy a package that comes with a starter ship. You are still buying the MMO package. Okay, here. Let me make this very clear to you. Any game where I can buy the video game and then instead of using effort to attain endgame gear and activities, I can just whip out my credit card is a game. That's it. It's a game. That's a game. I've made it very clear for you. When will you remove the Heartbound demo microtransactions? I'm on to you, Cardboard Cowboy. How you doing, by the way, man? We're talking about Store Citizen, which I don't respect. When you say microtransactions, what do you mean? I mean things that are not cosmetic. If you are able to purchase items that have any type of value in the game, such as being able to be traded for in-game currency of any kind, such as the WoW token, or in EVE Online,
forgot it was down there. I thought it was up.
Same that ends up being a problem. If you are able to buy an item that gives you some sort of statistic or mechanical advantage in the game, or unlock statistic or mechanical bonuses in any possible way, that is a problem. The only thing that should be sold as a microtransaction in a game where I will not have a problem is cosmetic. It needs to be cosmetic in nature, not giving you a statistical or mechanical advantage in any possible way. That's it. This is a very simple concept. You're not going to wriggle your way around it and try and be like Star Citizen is actually selling you cosmetic ships. No, they offer statistical and mechanical advantages to those different ships, unlocking additional content or different ways to play with more people or at a statistical advantage over other ships. As such, this is pay to win. I refuse to play pay-to-win games. They are not fun because I'm not fighting you, I'm fighting your credit dumb. It's very simple, and I'll fight you all day in a video game. What about Warframe? Warframe doesn't have a statistical or mechanical advantage. That is a PvE game where everything is cosmetic. I have earned everything that I have obtained in Warframe, and I enjoy the shit out of it. Yeah, Fashion Frame is the endgame. What about Path of Exile? Path of Exile does not offer you a statistical or mechanical advantage in the game. The most egregious microtransaction they have is more stash tabs, I believe, which is a quality of life thing, which is kind of on the line. But that's not an advantage in the game, as much as people think it is, which is weird. Stash tabs are a little bit gross. Yeah, it's a lot of what about him. This is my favorite part about this, when I'm like, hey, this sucks ass. And people are like, well, what about this other game? That's called whataboutism. So that works. Does it offer a statistical or mechanical advantage? Use your brain. And if it does, then I think it sucks. It's not hard. It's a very simple concept. Statistical or mechanical advantage or cosmetic? Cosmetic,
Snake.
fine.
You want an
Statistical
AI? It's
or
the bane of my
mechanical advantage,
existence.
not fine. Very simple concept. Brain, use brain. Use brain, use brain, use brain. Yeah, my opinion's pretty clear, and it's been the same for ages. Share the brain cell? Oh no. That assumes that every game that has multiplayer is the goal to win against other players. Every game that is multiplayer is inherently competitive in some way. Players will build competition out of it, Zoe. No matter what. No matter what kind of a game it is, there's always going to be some kind of a thing, some kind of a goal, achievement base, or anything like that. Even games that claim that they are not competitive, by their very nature, in multiplayer play, will become competitive because of the player base. That is always going to be the case. Even if the game itself does not offer competitive advantage at all, or competitive situations. Because you made it multiplayer, it will be that way. That's why we have a speedrunning community. That's the whole point with that. And the moment that you offer anything that makes you faster in a game like that, you've now offered pay to win for speedrunners. See? This is how this works. This is why I don't ever want to offer mechanical advantage or statistic advantage for money. Ever. It should only ever be cosmetic for money. Because cosmetic doesn't change the gameplay. Mostly just makes you laugh more in cutscenes when your character's like underwear's on the outside for $5 or something. Yeah, it's not a hard concept. I love that one. Okay, but there's this game that you could pay to get statistical and mechanical advantage. Do you think that's okay? No. 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 Like, dude, if you want to play Credit Card Warrior, just go play Clash of Clans, right? Like, who gives a at that point? Go play those games. Have fun sitting there like spending thousands of dollars to beat the other dude that's spending thousands of dollars and see whose credit card dick is larger than the other ones, right? Like that's what you're asking for when you want that kind of a game. It's not skill based.
The mods were fed $4.20.
That's not how that works. Like, enjoy your whale wars. Like, I don't want that. I don't want that in games that I play. It sucks. What about a game that offers a statistical or mechanical advantage? Disadvantage. Pay to lose. Cardboard Cowboy, have you just unlocked a new meta? Would that be me paying money so that I lose, or me paying money so that you lose stats? Can I pay $5 to, like, nerf you? Is that what you're trying to say to me? Like, instead of paying $5 to get stronger, I pay $5 so that you lose the game. I'd play that.
Pay to lose. Ugh! Mushroom popped out. Did I not kill 3 of them? I thought I killed 3 of them. Where are my points? Huh? Oh, pfft, just got blasted. Oh, pfft.
The music is pretty sick, too. Put sound on? No, because then I'll get DMCA'd. That's one of the biggest dangers, is like I can't put on the audio for this because then I get DMCA'd. It happens every damn time. And it's not by, it's by automated on YouTube. It's always by automated on YouTube. Sometimes it happens 6 months later. You know when we did the Streamer Awards? You remember when I was watching the Streamer Awards? Like, when Keithy Cinderella was, like, announcing stuff? Yesterday, all of the music from that stream got DMCA'd. And I had to delete the VOD on YouTube. Yesterday, that happened. So they got like 6 copyright claims. I was like, all right, because it wasn't DMCA free. Even when it says sometimes it's DMCA free, then I gotta go fight that. It's annoying. You have no idea how annoying that process is. As a streamer, it is not worth it. Yeah. Everything is made by them? Yeah. Tell that to the guy who tried to go and copyright claim 300 of our videos because they said that they owned our music. I still had to manually fight every one of those videos. It was great. I don't need the hassle, so I don't play the music on stream, dude. Like, it just doesn't happen. Yeah. No, it's even more amazing. So the way that they did it was brilliant, actually. So we got a number of samples from a company in the EU, and those samples cost this money, and we bought the license for them. Our music is made out of those. This attacker group also bought those samples for money, and then they took those samples and made music out of it, and then they made it so that that music couldn't be heard or seen in the EU, which was the parent company. They made a fake musician in the country of India, a guy who didn't exist, and said that he was the original artist, the original musician for this, and then DMCA'd everybody across all of YouTube that was using that sample library. And since it was banned in the EU, the parent company couldn't see that it was going on. So we had to contact the parent company, show them what was going on, show them how to use a VPN to be able to see that this was happening, and then they had to go to legal bat for us and remove all of the copyright claims on 300 plus videos manually, because it was all of our VODs ever on YouTube. And that's why I stopped uploading our VODs, because at the time we had 30 average viewers on Twitch. It was awful, dude. It was awful. It sucked so badly. And there's nothing YouTube could do about it, because they can't get involved in the legal process. They just have to be like, well, a claim was made. What do you want? Like, they don't know. That's not their job. This system just sucks. It's not even YouTube's fault, though. That's not YouTube's fault. Name them and shame them. Their account got deleted because of this. Like, they went, the original sample company went to bat so hard that this scam group disappeared from the internet. But there's a billion other ones too. We get them all the time. Somebody tried to claim, they tried to claim copyright to all of the music on our Amori video recently. And we had to go to bat with that and be like, no, you don't. OmoCat owns all that. It's not owned by you. And we literally responded with saying, like, eat ass. No, you don't. And it's a copyright scam. All of it's a copyright scam, saying that they own the music so they can try and steal from your videos because you're too afraid to fight back, because you're afraid you're going to get a copyright strike. And that's not even YouTube's fault. That's not. That's people abusing DMCA, which is a crime, by the way. It is a crime. You're not supposed to do that, but YouTube's not supposed to get involved either. It's not their place, because otherwise they'll have to get involved in all the legal processes on their platform, which is a billion of them, which makes no sense. Yeah, it's a fine in jail time a lot of times. It's a big deal. What do they gain from this? Money. For every content creator that just rolls over and says yes to those systems, the troll makes money off of their videos. Every one of them. And usually the copyright trolls will claim it out of India right now. It is not because Indian people are scamming you. It is because they are claiming it out of India because it is harder to litigate when that person gets caught. That's why. It makes it easier for the scam artist to scam you, just because it is harder to litigate against a random person in India when you are in the United States. That is the reason. It is likely that that person isn't even in India. They're just using that location to attack you. Yeah, it makes the getaway easier. Eckert's Ladder's been targeted a lot of times and won every time. Oh, I win every time too. I think we've probably fought this now close to 120, 130 times, and we've won every time. It's complete ass. It's complete ass. Every time one of our videos gets to 100,000 views, anytime a video gets to 100,000 views or more, it instantly gets DMCA scammed. There's like some kind of a bot that is basically checking to see if your video is popular enough for them to try and do this, so that they can make sure that they're only hitting videos where they're actually going to make money off of them. Every time this happens. You're from India, it feels bad, man. Dude, it's not even your fault. It's just easier for people to use that country as like a shade, right? As like a cloak to hide doing this. Because it's harder in the United States to go track down someone from India and then litigate against them. That's the only reason. It sucks, but like, that's what it is. It's not even your fault, man. Yeah, scammer scapegoat. Just easier. It's YouTube's fault? No, it's not. What's YouTube going to do? Get involved in every court case on its platform? Yeah, that makes sense. YouTube isn't supposed to police that. That's not their job. The idea that the platform somehow is going to get involved into every piece of individual-to-individual litigation that happens on the platform is insane. That's not really how that works. YouTube's fault for having a DMCA policy that can be abused? How better would you construct that? Because that's not how DMCA works. The way that it works is DMCA is a person-to-person legal claim. YouTube stays out of that. This is called the law. It has nothing to do with YouTube. If you think this is YouTube's fault, you deeply misunderstand how this process works. It can happen on any platform. People just complain about it because YouTube is big. There's nothing to do with YouTube. That's a copyright law problem, not a YouTube problem. It's never been a YouTube problem. It's always been a copyright law problem. And I know that because I have to do that every day. I like how your response to me just explaining that is it's 100% YouTube's fault with like no additional information. This has nothing to do with YouTube. None. Zero. Brain gone. This is a copyright problem, not a YouTube problem. I would agree that DMCA needs an overhaul. I would agree with that. YouTube destroys channels based on false claims? No. No, they do not. A individual files a DMCA claim. The individual can say, no, that's not true. And then the original claimer says, yes, it is true. And then YouTube says, you two go to court. Everything is locked down until that takes place, which is what they have to do based on the law. That is not YouTube's choice. That is their obligation. Same thing with Steam. Same thing with Twitch. DMCA is Digital Millennium Copyright Act. United States law. Even if it's a baseless case, how is YouTube to know if that case is baseless or not? It is not their place to get involved in litigation between two individual users. If they did, they would be in legal trouble because they would have to get involved in either all of the cases on their platform, or they could run into issues for showing bias in a individual-to-individual legal case. YouTube cannot get involved. No platform can get involved. If you DMCA someone on Twitch, if you DMCA someone on YouTube, if you DMCA somebody on Steam, it is the same process. There is no difference between YouTube, Twitch, and Steam when it comes to allowing or enforcing DMCA.
I start getting somewhere.
The platform
$5.
takes a step back because they're not supposed to get involved, and the individuals have a civil suit against each other regarding the copyright control of the media that is involved in the DMCA case. Nothing to do with YouTube, nothing to do with Twitch, nothing to do with Steam, ever. Do not blame the platform for that. They have to stay uninvolved. They will lose safe haven otherwise. For what good is DMCA used? I use it all the time. Every time one of those on the internet takes one of our shorts, directly copies it, and then re-uploads it, I DMCA them. I do like 5 takedowns a day, every day. Sometimes more, usually more. So yeah, that's kind of what it's for. Stop re-uploading my Go make your own Don't re-upload my See, that's an interesting one there. The laws are the court should decide, and only then should a platform be required to take down. So you want to take it from the way that it currently is, which is take down immediately, to it has to get caught up in the court system for an unknown amount of time before any action is taken, when in many cases, the court system will never actually pick this up because it'll be caught in a mile of red tape, which means no enforcement will ever take place, and the entire internet will be filled with scam videos of re-uploads of your content forever. And the platforms will not be able to do anything about this because, beholden by the law, they have no obligation to take any action whatsoever. You see how that doesn't work? You see how that turns into just like an absolute cesspool of instantly? That sounds preferable? Let me show you what happens when that happens. I'm going to show you exactly the outcome that you are asking for right now. This is the outcome that you're asking for, because it's exactly how that works on TikTok. There are hundreds of accounts like this. Hundreds of them. All re-uploading my content, all of them taking it and deep frying it and changing the audio speed and all kinds of Some of the ones that I've actually gotten taken down have 60,000 followers or more. There are hundreds of these accounts. Hundreds. And the reason why is because TikTok doesn't actually delete accounts unless there is overwhelming attacks on them. This sucks. So the scenario you're asking for ends like this. The scenario that we have right now ends like YouTube, where it's way easier to police this. Way easier. I would rather have the system on YouTube than I would rather than having the system on TikTok. I've sent, some days on TikTok, I've sent 50 plus DMCAs. You know what happens? The account doesn't get taken down, those videos disappear and they pop right back up. It's all automated. It's terrible, man. It's really not good. Look at all these freaking accounts. Look at them all. Look at them all. Look at all these pirate softwares, dude. Like, come on. So you can't just walk into one of these and be like, I know more than this. We should just change everything. No, you actually have to look at the outcome of what could happen there. You have to. And the outcome of this is that the current system is really quite good. The problem with it is, when you get to international claims, you run into problems. Local claims, domestic claims, Easy. But the reason why international claims become a problem is because, like I said, you could just make an artist in India and attack people's content in the United States, which is what happens. And the platform should not be involved, because otherwise they'd have to be involved in all of these cases. And we shouldn't delay on enforcement on these, because if we do, then we end up with TikTok. You have to do it immediately. It's the best way to do it. Really easy that way. It's annoying, but it's way better this way. What about changing the strike system related to DMCA, which instills fear and fighting the feedback? I think that's something that YouTube can improve. I could agree with that. I think a better system would be a DMCA claim is filed. The defender has a chance to make a claim in response, and then it goes to civil court, whatever that's going to be. I don't like the strike system on YouTube because it means the defender doesn't want to defend themselves. I think that's the one thing they could change. The reason why they likely won't change this is because there are